I'm, I'm Sergeant Destiny Silva with the Austin Police Department Public Information Office. You spell my name Destiny Silva. Before we get started today, I want to remind everyone that this is very early on in the investigation. This is preliminary information, and the facts as we know them now may change as the investigation continues. At approximately 3:05 a.m. today, our officers responded to the 12,000 block of Research Blvd due to multiple 911 calls indicating that a pedestrian was located in a high-speed roadway. The 911 callers reported that a male subject wearing blue jeans and no shirt was in the lanes of travel of the high-speed roadway. The callers also reported that the male had obvious injuries to his body. Our officers responded. They arrived on scene at approximately 3:09 a.m. Once they arrived on scene, they were able to locate the male described in the call. They attempted to make verbal contact with the male and de-escalate the situation. The male was not responsive to the officer's requests. He began walking away, and then he began to seriously injure himself in front of our officers with a metal object. In order to prevent further injury, one of our officers deployed his department-issued taser, and it was effective, which then allowed all of our officers that were there on scene to immediately render aid to this seriously injured male subject. Austin Travis EMS was called to the scene for the male. They transported the male to a local area hospital where he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased at approximately 4:05 a.m. Because the male was pronounced deceased shortly after contacts with officers, this is being investigated as an in-custody death. However, the medical examiner determines the cause and manner of death. APD will conduct 2 concurrent investigations into this incident. There will be a criminal investigation conducted by the Austin Police Department Special Investigative Unit in conjunction with the Travis County DA's office. There will also be an internal investigation conducted by APD's Internal Affairs Unit with oversight from the Office of Police Oversight. Any loss of life is a tragedy. We take this very seriously, and we are actively investigating this incident. We have our subject matter experts on scene. We have the Special Investigative Unit here. We have homicide, and we are doing all that we can to determine what took place here today. Again, it's early on, it's preliminary, but I will be able to take a few questions.
What was the metal object that he was hurting himself with?
That is still a detail that's part of the investigation, but what we do know is that he was seriously injuring himself, and that our officers fortunately were able to immediately provide aid, but unfortunately he succumbed to his injuries.
Why did you choose the rod of a taser?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Why did you choose the rod of a taser?
Oh, why was the taser chosen in this incident? I can't speculate as to why officers made the decisions that they made today based on the incident, but what I can tell you is that when somebody has a weapon and they are actively injuring themselves, if you get into close proximity with that individual, you yourself could become injured, and then you wouldn't be able to safely help that person and keep them from harming themselves or others. And our ultimate goal as police officers is to keep our community safe and keep not only our officers safe, but if anybody's hurting themselves, we want to make sure that they're safe as well. We want to stop that. But again, I can't speculate why decisions were made the way they were today. That's just based off of some of the training and experience we have as police officers.
How he was injuring himself? Was he hitting himself with this metal object?
We do have that information. Because it's part of the investigation, we're not going to provide those details at this point in time.
When he was injuring himself, was he trying to threaten the officers or anything?
Again, that's all investigative details, and it's really early on, so to protect the integrity of the case, I won't be able to provide any further information or details regarding the incident.
Okay, we'll take one more.
You mentioned a high-speed road. Is that the highway, just for clarification, or is it just frontage?
It was on the high-speed roadway of the proper here, which is 183, and then I believe it moved across several lanes of travel, but where exactly everything took place, again, are investigative details that we're not going to be able to provide at this point in time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Do you know at least how long the road's going to be closed?
We don't have an ETA, but as long as it takes to effectively get everything that we need. Thank you all.